Hi, I'm Bill Stark with LeaderGov.
And I'm Tim Fenbert.
Welcome to today's leadership video. We're glad you're with us, and we're excited about the fact that you are taking the time from your day to invest in yourself, in your leadership skills and your leadership ability. We've been doing a little series on servant leadership. Servant leadership is a terrific concept. It's a way of leading. It's sort of an attitude that a leader has to help him or her lead better by putting other people first. It's a kind of a novel idea, isn't it? And so today, in servant leadership, there are 10 pillars or 10 qualities of a servant leader. And one of them that we want to talk about today is this idea of being a persuader. So as a servant leader, part of your role is to persuade people about certain things that are about to come up or things you're involved in. But you know, Tim, when I think of persuader, I think about like the classic a used car salesman, right? So I go on the used car lot. I feel like this salesperson is trying to sell me more car than I need, and it's probably not going to work like I want it to work. So when I think of persuader, I think of sales, and it's not really a positive thing for me.
But you're right on the point, because persuasion is very powerful, and it can be used to benefit the persuader, or in the idea of servant leadership, it really benefits the people that you're persuading. And that really is the key point here, is where's your heart, where's your mind at the point that you decide you're going to persuade someone? Is it kind of the old way where I'm just going to kind of limit the information and I'm just going to get you to do the work? Or am I trying to persuade you to buy into the work and connect to the work and use my influence as a leader and persuade you in a positive way to help you be successful? That's really the difference between your example and what we really want to happen in local government, is come from a servant leader heart.
Yeah. As you're thinking about being a persuader, and you know, even Tim, as I think about the disc, there are probably two or so parts of the disc. If you're maybe an S or maybe you're a C on the disc, you may not be, or possibly a D, I would think, super excited about persuading people. You know, a D just wants you to get the job done, right? Here's what we're going to do. Let's go do it. Perhaps the C, you know, in terms of persuading, they're going to give you all kinds of details about things that might not be persuasive, right? It's just facts.
Right.
So depending on your personality, you might be sort of inclined to persuade people. You may not be inclined naturally to be a persuader. But when you do have the opportunity to share with your team and persuade them about something that's about to come up, here are some thoughts to keep in mind. Here are a few tips. First of all, we would ask you to start with why. And Tim, this is a famous line from Tim Fenbert. Always start with why. Why are we making this change? Why do we need to implement this new software? What problem is it going to solve? Secondly, be sure and let people know how this change, how this new software, this new reorg, whatever it is, how it's going to help them, how it's going to help the team. So you want to emphasize the benefits. Now, we don't want to skip over potential negative ramifications of this thing, whatever it is, a software or reorg in your department. So you want to be upfront and say, you know, we realize there might be a few challenges in this area, but I've already given it some thought, and if this happens, this is what we'll do. So you're giving people kind of a calm reassurance that you're prepared. You're persuading them that this is going to be okay. And so challenges will come, no doubt. The only other thing I would suggest in terms of being persuasive and talking to your team is, after you've shared with them why, after you shared with them the benefits and the whole how it's going to help them, and shared with them some challenges that you're prepared to overcome, ask for their support. Ask them to come along with you and sign up for this and to get on board with it. We want motivated, committed employees to whatever it is we're trying to accomplish. And you kind of got to ask for the order. And if there are problems and they say, well, I can't commit because I don't know about this and this, then this is your opportunity to address those concerns, which actually can be very convincing and very persuasive. So those are some thoughts to keep in mind as you attempt to persuade your team about certain things.
Yeah, Bill, in summary, the way I like to think about it is, information is power. So you start with information. And as a leader, We get exposed to a lot of information. That's where our power comes from. And then it's a matter of influence. We have been given people and resources to influence to get the work done that put us in a leadership position. So then the variable to me is this idea of persuasion. How am I going to use this information, this power, and this influence because of my position? How am I going to persuade my team in a positive way that will benefit them, that really makes the difference? And that's the difference between kind of positive persuasion that's for those folks or kind of negative persuasion that might be more selfish or more self-righteous in the way it's used. So that's the idea. We're really glad you're here today to talk about this important topic of servant leadership and specifically how you can be a persuasive force for your team to help them achieve their goals. We're glad you're with us again. If we can help you in any way, please let us know. We facilitate workshops, monthly leadership workshops that you can participate in. It's 8 employees. We're just doing great work and really love that part of our business. We also do retreats with elected officials and directors and strategic plans. So if there's any way we can help you, please reach out. We would love to do that.
Yep, we're glad you're with us. You can check us out online at LinkedIn and Facebook. We post podcasts and blogs there from time to time. And we really love serving local government and equipping you to be the best you can be at what you do. So ultimately,
persuading,
yes. So ultimately, your team thrives and citizens thrive. And that's what we're aiming for here. So thank you for being with us, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.